How did Killer Croc decorate his bathroom?
Oh, geez. I don't know.
With reptile.
Ah.
Welcome to the greatest show on YouTube for DC Comics. It's Fanboys Live and the Retro Review. How you doing, Signature King?
I'm cold down here in the office. It is freezing. I got this little tiny space heater, so I'm sticking in there. Oh, this afternoon / early this morning, you can see my breath down here.
I believe it. Today was a major heat wave. It got to 5 above, and it seriously felt warm because the 2 previous days during the day it was like 18 below.
My family back in the Midwest was in the same boat. My dad was experiencing your heat wave. It was 4 degrees today.
Oh, 4.
Yeah.
Hey, anything that's above is like a plus. And I'm sitting here today going, it legitimately felt warm today, and it's not warm outside, you know?
Isn't that a weird feeling growing up in the
It is.
Midwest? Like, oh, it's like when it hits above freezing for the first time, which seems
Yeah.
like a long time, you
Yeah.
need a coat.
Yeah. So how you doing, SK? Have you been comic store hunting? Have you been adding to the
Picked up
collection?
my weekly poll. Yeah, picked up my
Okay.
weekly poll. I got some cool books in the mail that you helped me link up with the seller, and I was the buyer. So thanks
Yep.
to you for being the middleman on that one.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm happy.
So what is in your pull list right now, if you don't mind sharing?
Oh, geez. Yeah, I got all the absolutes for sure.
Okay. Do you get every absolute title?
Yeah. I
You
got
do,
every absolute title since launch day, so
Okay.
I'm paying cover price. The DC KO stuff,
Okay.
Green Lantern, Green Arrow. Yeah, that's more KO stuff. Absolute Flash, we talked about that. Everything that's modern. Really, I don't think there's any DC titles that I'm not getting. I think that's a shorter list.
Okay. Are you getting Wonder Woman?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Very
Yep.
cool.
I am getting Absolute Wonder Woman as well. Yeah.
Cool. Very nice. I did a little comic hunting today and was able to finish off an achievement, something that I set as one of my goals. So soon I'll be talking about that and showing those books on my YouTube channel.
Very cool.
Tonight we have a very special guest with us. Isn't it awesome when we get a first-time guest?
I love it.
Yes. Because then, of course, it's a little nerve-wracking because you always want them to come back. So you have to make sure that I'm not as much Lasso as I normally am. I'm a little more inline Lasso.
Sometimes they don't want to come back, and that's understandable. That's fair.
Yeah. We have a first-time guest tonight, and if you watch J Hood Creative's channel, you're probably familiar with him. You might be familiar from his posts online. He's also a very talented artist that this community has. Let's welcome the art of Alan Schell. Hi, Alan.
Hey, guys. Hold on, I gotta say, feels like the first time.
Yeah.
Feels like the very first time. Okay, here we go.
I like it.
Glad to be here, guys.
Celebrate good times. Come on.
I don't know that song.
It's your turn, SK.
No.
I got nothing. I don't
got
sing.
nothing.
I don't dance. I got nothing.
He just
I'm a
listens.
couple bars. You might get into it. I'm a couple. No, hey, yeah, thanks for inviting me. I figured if I pestered you guys enough and the comments that you'd be like, oh, let's bring him on here and humiliate him because his lack of comic book knowledge. No.
Oh, I don't know about that. So I definitely, when we get into the retro review section, it's your pick tonight, and we'll ask you at that time why you picked some of the books that you picked. But I thought you picked some really good stuff, and I know that you've been a good friend, a very talented artist, and also, besides putting a link to your, because you don't do YouTube on a channel, right? You just have Instagram. Is that right?
I got Instagram, but I do have a YouTube channel.
You do? Okay.
It is shameful. It is. I would. There's nothing like weird stuff.
Like
it's just the art that I look at because I used to do like Saturday morning cartoons, and I would like do that.
Mhm.
And then I would put it up. I look at it now. I'm sure, you're going to be nice and say, oh, I like it. But I look back on it, as, most people do when they look back on their stuff. They're just like, oh, my gosh, it's garbage. So.
Well, I did put a link, and I can add in your YouTube channel when we finish up, but I did put a link to your Instagram. I also put a link to Al's Pop Shop because there's some great stuff
nice.
on there.
Yeah, there's
just very creative, here, let's make you big so everyone can see.
See that? Ooh.
Look at that.
That's a Steve Ditko.
So that's a nice Ted Cord Blue Beetle.
Yeah. That's good old. It's from. I got it from the cover, the Captain Atom '83, I think, when he first appeared. The bottom scroll thing. I've also, if you guys remember, I know this is my. I'm sorry. I got this.
Oh,
you remember
absolutely,
Captain O?
I know that.
Captain
I
O.
that.
I made one of these. I just got into making, but I got something for you, Magic Class, though.
Okay.
I made something for you.
Okay.
Because you invited me on here, and I appreciate it. And then I was watching the show about, I think it was Poison Ivy.
Yeah.
So I made this. It is red.
Oh my gosh.
That is so cool.
Oh,
So-
when she's busting his arms too. We love that part.
Yeah. I must be free.
Yes.
That's it. I edited it a little bit, so we got the Poison Ivy stuff in there.
Yeah.
But, he's like mooking behind her and stuff. So I got this for you. And, I just need your P.O. box or
Thank
whatever.
you. Yeah, I'll definitely get that to you. Thank you so much.
That's really cool.
I was
That's
not
for
expecting that.
Signature King, if there's any type of thing you'd like, I don't mind.
That's a long list, man. You don't want to go down that road. You wouldn't need a mug. I'd need the whole set. The whole.
There you go.
Yep.
That's what I did. Like my girlfriend started making sketchbooks out of comic books. Hold on, I'll show you.
Okay.
I had her. She made this.
Oh,
real quick.
that's cool.
Oh wow! And it's a sketchbook.
Yeah, it's a sketchbook.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I haven't started yet. So what happened was I went and got like all the Crisis on Infinite Earths facsimile editions.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like making her do all 12. So
Nice.
it's like you shouldn't ask me if I wanted it. You shouldn't have asked me.
Nice. We're going to say hello to the chat in a minute, but Alan, I have one more question definitely about you that I've been saving for this moment to ask. Oh, look at that. One thing that I seem to notice is you love the obscure characters.
I do.
So who are some of your favorite obscure characters?
Well, you're gonna see when I get to my pick, like the villain there.
Okay.
I just like seeing like Redwood. When I seen Redwood on there, I was like, that's cool. That's real cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, geez. Like Enemy Ace. He's not really obscure, but I just loved that character. And a lot of the villains, the forgotten villains.
Yeah.
I
remember that a show that you did, and they were talking about the Hostess cupcake ads because they had such unique villains, like the Mink Marauder. She was stealing furs until Batman offered her a Hostess pie, and then she gave up.
You were like, "This is my favorite one." Yes. It was a character you liked the most.
Yeah, I think it was her. So
it
was her or Cokie LaRue. She was this gigantic actress who was on a billboard and came to life.
I still want to do those because my problem is I got too many things I want to do.
Yeah.
And not enough time to do them. I was doing like bubblegum stickers.
Uh-huh.
I started doing that. I did a lot of the villains, like cartoon villains, like a villain from Spider-Woman, a villain from Spider-Man. Remember Video Man?
Yes.
Video Man. I did him. I did that character and a mummy from Spider-Woman. And then I got in this huge, like, I want to make just a bubblegum card series of this,
Mm-hmm.
And then I was going to do that with the Hostess Cupcake guys. And then I'm telling you, I got too much in my brain. And then I'm not doing it, but sometimes I do it. Like I just did the Impossibles. I got them on my Instagram. I popped them up on there. I don't know. Anyways, I digress.
That's cool. We'll say hello to our live chat. If you're watching on the rewind, thank you so much for spending some time with us. You're definitely in the right place because we're going to have fun tonight. White Tiger, Cool, Calm, Collect, and Muabunga to Ruby G. Thanks for popping in and being first today. We have the man of the hour himself stopping by, the art of Alan Schell, in the chat.
My name is Alan.
John's Comics with Friends is here. And he is outside working the barbecue without shoes or socks. If he would be on the stream, he would have been kicked off the stream by now.
No.
Yes.
Unless he's sending me some barbecue, then
yes.
by all means.
Meow to the Jackson Roy Kirk. Meow. The 1K guy, the 8K guy.
The 9K guy now.
Ooh,
oh jeez. you're almost the double digits K guy.
I hit 9K probably about 30 minutes ago.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Nice. There you go.
Joel the Geek is joining us.
Hi, Joel.
Tony is a Green Lantern fanboy, so start there. Followed by, I thought he liked Harley.
No. Shazam and the Green Lantern Corps. That's
no.
No
Oh,
Harley. No nothing.
Shazam. I love Captain Marvel. Like the big red cheese.
Yes.
I also enjoy some big red cheese.
Yeah. Great. Great. Okay.
Thank you, John, for dropping the link to Alan's channel. I'll get that added into the description.
What is that? I mean, yeah, go look at my horrible art. No, but I want to. Yeah, 9K. That's great. We should be doing the show over on his.
I know. He's got the audience.
He's like, but like 4 people are going to be watching live, so I don't know.
That's funny, but I want to start. Like, I think that's why I started watching more YouTube, like comic book creators on YouTube, is because I have this bug in me where, like, every year around this time, I'm like, oh, I'm going to get back on YouTube. I'm going to do it. I'm like, I have this idea I want to hopefully do in the next couple months. It's got a weird name. It might have been done before, but I'm calling it Cover Lovers. So
I like that.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go and so we're going to start off with like Superman 1 to like 100, like Golden Age. And then we're going to pick our top 10 from that.
I like that. And
then we're going to do chapter 2, and it's going to be like, 101 to like 200. Bum. Gore's here. Sorry.
How you doing?
Hey, I know that guy.
Yeah, we got Alan on tonight. And also Matt has stopped by, the boy who has 7, talks comic books. Hey, Matt. Hope you've had a good weekend.
I tell you, Gore was the guy on Pop Culture College when he'd come on. And we're talking all like, oh, yeah, I like big, dumb things. And then Gore would, well, what about this? And I'm like, well, we got to put our big boy pants on to discuss with Gore, So when we invited him on the show. And he was like, no, I can't do it. I just, but for you, he did it. So I love it.
Yeah,
I was happy to see Gore because he was always one of those guys I seen in the comments on the other show, and I was just, hey, it's Gore.
Yep, he's a good one. Space Case Collectibles is stopped by too. Hey, how are you doing? Space Case is new to my channel, and it's been really a great supporter, showing up in the live streams and stuff too. It's always great to see Space Case.
Didn't he win something?
Yes, he won. I believe. I mean, I think he won on my 1K party. That all was kind of a blur, but I think he won a prize. Not one of the prizes from me, but I think he won one of John's prizes. I think.
Yeah, so. I was after the silver-haired.
The Jerry Lewis.
I was after the Jerry Lewis because that's the stuff I like.
Yeah.
I mean, I did like a lot of the Wonder Woman stuff, but that was just so odd.
I was chasing a prize that wasn't on there.
Uh-oh.
If you go back and look at my comments, when you were talking about your family was watching, one of your aunts, I forget.
Yeah, Linda,
I was in the comments. I was saying, "Hi, Aunt Linda. I like chocolate chip cookies or something."
No, you wanted some chocolate chip cookies?
Hi, Linda. Brownies are really good too.
Well, let's see. I have your address, and I do have Linda's phone number. I could maybe text her your address.
There you go. There you go. I
Linda
can do
was-
a review.
Linda
of
was a
Aunt Linda's
huge hit on
cookies.
that stream.
She was. She was
She
just
was.
as popular as you were.
Probably more. She should get her own channel. She have a 1K party in no time.
Oh,
So-
in an instant.
Yeah.
So congratulations go to the Space Case Collectibles because he won the book I wanted. They won the
Yeah.
book. I was like, fine. I don't want to be getting all the gifts and stuff. So that was the one. I'm like, I'll take that.
Yep. Well, let's take a quick look at what's going on with DC Comics news. So we got some facsimiles coming. And starting with another Dark Knight Returns. This will be issue 3. They're doing all 4 of them. So this is coming by Frank Miller with a release date of April 29th. Another April facsimile release is in the Batman Year 2 line that they're reprinting. Detective Comics issue 577. Pretty awesome cover right there. And that's due on April 22nd. Another book that we didn't know was coming until now. And we don't know if it's going to be the entire miniseries or if it's just going to be this one particular first issue. It is this comic book by John Byrne, The Man of Steel.
Hey, I have that one.
So this was the first comic book that ever had a variant cover, but they're only doing as the facsimile this cover, to my knowledge. So there will be a foil variant, blank sketch variant as well, April 15th. And then DC's still not done with facsimiles. Wait till you guys see what they've chosen. So Action Comics 454 is going to be a facsimile. Do you guys, off the top of your head, remember what that cover looks like?
What is it?
Yeah,
Action Comics 454?
I think so.
It looks like this.
Oh, I was off. Nope.
Superman eating hamburgers is going to be a facsimile.
Nice.
I'm probably going to get it.
Is he
It's gonna have
fighting McDonald's?
I don't, it kind of looks like that with the arches in the back.
The Hamburglar is
Yeah.
the villain of that one.
It has a foil and a blank sketch variant. That is scheduled for April 8th. And then, since we're staying wacky, World's Finest is going to 195 is going to get a facsimile. That's a pretty cool cover, though.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And that's a Kurt Swan cover, foil and blank
Is it?
sketch also. April 15th.
I thought it was Murphy Anderson for a minute there, but they kind of had the.
Yeah. And then their last facsimile for April, I'm getting this next one as foil for sure. Look at that. Can you imagine that all foiled up? Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen 115.
That's awesome. I love that. Neil Adams all the way.
Yes. So that is coming out as a facsimile.
That almost looks
foil
like
and
a
sketch.
Brave and the Bold book. That
Kind of does.
Or was it? What? It was either a Brave and the Bold or it was an Aquaman where he's like wiped out on the beach. Like he had an all nighter or something that he.
Yeah.
You know.
So this one is scheduled for April 8th. So those are DC's facsimile plans for the month of April.
Do you know when? Do you guys know about they're like the littler, like where they took Kingdom Come and all those books and made them tiny and they made them like newsprint almost.
Yeah, the compact comics.
Yeah, they're like $10 a pop.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know what's coming out for there. I'm hoping a Dark Knight Returns comes out for that if it hasn't already.
Cool.
I want them to do entire lines of that, but they decided they're not going to do that. I want to do the books that like, okay, because they got the bigger books that are like new color and all that stuff, and they're like $40 a pop.
Yeah.
And you're bringing out the Super Friends, you're bringing out the Hawkman lines and stuff. It's like, I'm not going to pay $40 for that. Give me this $10 shot of this little like manga style book. I think I would be so down for that, and you probably get, some Arby in the meats there,
Yeah. Oh, and Gore reminding us the Killing Joke facsimile is coming out this week. That's cool. So we should talk about the Supergirl movie for a moment.
Yeah, that's important.
Because we got our first look at Lobo with Jason Momoa playing Lobo. What are your thoughts? Tony, we'll start with you.
I'm cautiously optimistic.
Okay.
I like Lobo. I like Jason Momoa. I mean, this seems like a role he was kind of born to play,
Yep.
so to speak. I mean, he looks like Lobo, just existing. He looks like Lobo. My only concern is it might be a little too much on the nose in terms of casting.
Okay.
I mean, he's going to knock it out of the park. I know he is, but that's just me. I don't know. I don't want it to be a Jason Momoa. Like, it's Lobo, but it's basically essentially Jason Momoa comes in, does a cool couple one-liners, and then bounces. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll see. But all in all, I'm very excited for this.
Okay. Alan, your thoughts?
I liked it when he was going to touch the sword, and then the girl was like, "Sir, you can't touch that." And he's like, "No, that. Oh, sorry, that was Masters of the Universe. Sorry. No. So Lobo, yeah. Here's my thing. I like Jason Momoa, and he's like one of those actors. You just bring him in, and he's just going to be Jason Momoa. That's fine. My problem with what I've seen of the Supergirl stuff is like the I forgot her name, but she's the girl that's after the guy and wants Supergirl's help. She's just like, hey, she might as well be wearing a hoodie, you know. She might as well. I want to make it more fantastical, like the comic book, you know, the tiara and the headdress and stuff. That's what I was kind of hoping for. But I think they're worried.
With the tiara.
Yeah, they're worried that, you know, us dummies, we won't like, what is that? It's stupid.
Yeah.
Don't like that, you know.
Yeah.
But what are you talking about? We've watched Spider-Man a billion times. We've watched Pink Panther, Black Panther. You know, we've watched Ant-Man. We loved them, right? We can take it. I don't know why they hold back on stuff like that. I want it so. I mean, make it Star Trek. Do it. I don't want dirt, but you know, again, I'll reserve judgment. But Lobo looks good, and we'll see if Prince Lobo comes out. Remember that New 52 Lobo?
Oh, yeah.
As long as it's not that, we're okay, fellas. We're okay.
Did you guys know that the Supergirl trailer was taken down by DC Comics for a brief moment?
I
hear about
did not
this?
know that. No.
Apparently, it had gone a little further than it was supposed to go, the trailer, when Kara refers to him as he's such a prick. So now it's been re-edited to he's such a, and then they cut before she can say the word. But it was taken down by DC and then edited and re-uploaded.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, well, when people edit it, they get these companies to edit all of the trailers. They could end up showing stuff they're not supposed to.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I mean, I'm not to talk about the Masters of the Universe. There's people saying that they're like the Avengers stuff. They cut digital effects out just to confuse you. And then so it's not the stuff you see in the trailer is not always going to be what you see in the theaters.
Well, that was definitely true with the Snyder trailer for Justice League. I mean, 80% of one of those trailers, that footage never ended up in the movie. So, yeah.
I am legally obligated not to talk about any Snyder.
Okay, we'll just
movies.
move on. Mr. Signature King, any other news?
Yeah, so it sounds like we are getting our first glimpse of Shazam in the Absolute Universe.
Okay.
Well, it might not be Shazam. Well, maybe it's Shazam. We'll find out. Absolute Superman number 18 will introduce whoever the new Shazam is. So here's the synopsis. The battle for Kansas may put the Lazarus Corporation in retreat, but it's left behind some terrifying surprises in the hidden caches of weapons and world-ending secrets. The most dangerous of all, the sarcophagus of the legendary King Shazam. Wow. So are they talking about King Shazam from the Metal Universe? The evil version of Shazam? Or is this a completely different character called King Shazam? I don't know. It's not really clarifying. Just as King Shazam.
Okay.
I wonder also if like maybe King Shazam is actually Black Adam, a Black Adam type. So then they can just rock and roll, you know, just punch each other through, buildings and make Batman.
We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say, which is I think sad because I want a little bit clarification. I have the first appearance of King Shazam from the Metal Universe, but I don't know if it's the same King Shazam. Could just be a coincidence. Maybe they forgot they already did a character called King Shazam. I don't know.
No, not DC, not comic books.
Yeah, right.
We're gonna have another crisis. Oh no,
Yeah.
they love it. I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to. It's Poison Ivy's first appearance, the absolute Poison Ivy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I've seen covers. I don't know if it's fake, if it's AI or whatever. I think it's the actual artist. It's like Batman is like puking up like Poison Ivy or something. She's coming out of his mouth. And I was like, that's so crazy. I love it.
Yeah,
take my money. You got that the Fry from Futurama, like take my money, So I love that.
Nice.
Anyways.
Okay, Tony, anything else?
That's everything.
Okay. We're going to segue into our retro review. And what book do you want to do first tonight? You want me to go first, Tony?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, if you want to pull up my book. So we had our special guest, Alan, choose our 3 stories tonight. You did 3 different issues, which is absolutely fine, from 3 different books, which is cool. Tell us about the Detective Comics issue 513 that you picked.
513. Okay.
Yeah, why did you pick this one?
This baby right here. I'll tell you why. Why not? Look at that cover.
Yeah.
Cover lover. Sorry, I love this cover. Batman walking in after a bender, and he's like, "Hey, buddy, I was out late last night." And he's like, "Oh no, you got some stuff on your face, right?" No, Two-Faced. How did he get Two-Faced?
Yeah.
And another thing, this is like original Baby Allen comic book. Okay, this is what I call toy box comics because this is why it's so beat up and in a bag and it'll probably turn to dust because I had this comic book in my toy box along with my figures and stuff and it got beat up. But also it's got great cover. The innards is done by Don Newton and probably a Neeker, like Giordano. But Don Newton, such an underrated Batman artist, alone any other artist. I don't know who wrote it or anything, but I tell you, I love it, and I picked it because it's a childhood favorite, and it's just weird to see Batman with Two-Faced.
Awesome. Let's start it out. Half a Hero is Better Than None is the name of the story tonight, and it starts out with Robin and Alfred looking through the papers. Where is the Batman is the headline, and they are concerned too because it's been a week without hearing a word from Bruce/Batman. And Alfred wonders, Master Robin, do you think it's possible? And you know what he's thinking. And Robin goes on to say, if we only had some type of clue of where he went that last night. He was on a date with Vicki Vale, and they parted early in the evening, and that's the last anyone saw of Bruce Wayne or the Batman. So Alfred says, well, maybe you should check the Batcave computers, sir. And Robin kind of lashes out at him, saying, damn it, Alfred, don't you think I've tried that? And then he apologizes. Alfred quietly leaves. Upstairs, the doorbell has rang. And remember, they're not at Wayne Manor at this time. They are in the Wayne building where he's been living at, and they had their second Batcave downstairs. So
just real quick, this is actually a second parter. The first parter's in a Batman comic book.
Okay.
So this is Half a Hero Part 2. Just so if anybody wants to go get the 2, that's fine. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no problem. Batman 346, I believe. So the doorbell has rung on the penthouse apartment. Alfred goes to answer it. It's Vicki Vale. She's very concerned. Where is Bruce Wayne? She's like, I know he's in danger because I know he's the Batman. And she points at the news headline. She says, I've got the proof, Alfred. Pictures of them. The kind of proof nobody can deny. But that's not important if something has happened to him. And Alfred's like, oh, what am I going to do now? And he doesn't know what to say, but he has to try to think of something quickly. But we don't get to hear the explanation because we move on to the newly appointed commissioner of police. His name is Peter Pawlings. And the commissioner is being questioned about the disappearance of Batman by the news media. And he's kind of saying, well, maybe this is just an attention grab. Batman has been put on this pedestal for so long. And does he really deserve these special favors that Gotham City treats him to? And, he's starting to plant a little seed of doubt with the public opinion. He heads inside, where Mayor Hamilton Hill confronts him, the man known as Boss Thorne. And he's having dinner, and he says, basically, I bought this election for you. You got to become commissioner because of me. And he says, well, what about Batman? This is what they're asking me about. What do we know about him? What if he knows there's a connection between us? And he says, well, that would be unfortunate because I would pretty much murder him. And the new commissioner is kind of like, wow, you get the sense that he's a little shady, but murder even seems to be a little too much for him. But, that's the level where they're at. They're at two different places with this. And as he leaves, old Boss Thorne says of Hill that he's weak. He's never killed a man. He says, I have, and it's made me strong. And then he looks at his cup and he sees this reflection. Strong, Thorne? Then why are you so afraid? And he drops his glass. And he's freaked out. He says that he doesn't want to be haunted anymore. This is all in the past, a nightmare, something in his mind. He's like, I'm cured. Hugo Strange is dead. He's not a ghost. Yes. No ghost. We turn then to Gotham Park, where in the soft light of the city is a man that's feeding the pigeons, and that is James Gordon, the former commissioner. His daughter Barbara, who we all know who she is, she's been looking all over for him. She stops by to say that he's walking around like a man in a dream. This isn't him. She says, Batman might be dead or in serious trouble, and you're just sitting here feeding pigeons. And he says, well, maybe that's all I'm good for. The mayor called me a useless old fossil. Do you ever think that he might be right? So Two-Face is looking at the headline there for the disappearance of Batman, and he says all of Gotham is wondering where he's gone, but Two-Face knows the delicious truth. He says, if only my former friends in the district attorney's office could see me. When I was Harvey Dent, I thought I knew what power was. The power of the law wielded by the DA in behalf of truth and justice, but I was a fool. He says the real power is knowing a secret that millions are desperate to know. And then he asks for a light from his associate, Margot. And then he starts choking on it. He's like, what am I doing? I don't smoke. So one side of him smokes and one side of him doesn't. And so he goes back to what he was talking about, how knowing the answer to something that everyone wants to know about, that's the true power. He flips his coin to see if today's going to be the day. Let the coin decide. And it ends up unscarred side up. That's his good side. And that means as he pulls the curtain, he has Batman and Batman won't die today. For 7 consecutive days, the coin has been flipped to the good side, which has saved Batman. But sooner or later, he knows that his coin will come up scarred. And when that happens, and Batman at that point starts pounding against the glass, he's like, hey, you only have yourself to blame for your predicament. Somehow you managed to stock the early parole program with the worst criminals, is what Batman's saying. Batman knows that Two-Face has stocked the parole system with the worst criminals, which is giving him a private army under the noses of the Gotham police force. What's next? And he's like, I've just been waiting for the right moment to make my move. And he flips his coin to see if that's the moment. And yes, the moment has arrived. The scarred side is up. So the halfway house, it was intended as a staging ground for major crimes with all of these criminals that he's gotten in there. The necessary preparations have been made. It's time to strike. And they're trying to decide which team is going to go and lead this plan that Two-Face has. And the teams seem very different from one another. So Two-Face flips a coin to decide who leads. And the scarred side was up. So Bruno and his team are told to take lead position and the rest to follow. And Margot's going to stay here to watch over their company, a.k.a. Batman. We leave at 2 o'clock. At 2 o'clock, we hear the vroom sound of the Batmobile. And I love that. I loved how they said this. At this hour, the streets of Gotham are all but deserted, and the roar of the turbocharged Batmobile down darkened alleys is as loud as thunder preceding a heavy storm. So Robin is out patrolling the Silent City, hoping in his police frequency that he's monitoring there'll be word of something that comes of Batman, but it doesn't happen. We cut back to Batman, who is being fed by Margot, who's left. So he takes his tray, and, you take what you can get. And Batman's thinking that he's been waiting for a time when Two-Face and most of his men were away to make a move, and he has a chance now. And he has the tools he'll need. He sees the steam pipe and the metal struts on the cot. So he's going to start to improvise. It would be easier if Two-Face hadn't emptied his utility belt. So outside of Duo Records, there's a van approaching that's getting stopped. And essentially, when the security is trying to not let them in, he gets zapped. So Duo Records has been infiltrated. They open the air duct and they fill that with binary gas that will put anyone who's in the building to sleep while they head inside. Unfortunately, and Two-Face is unaware, the guard, barely while he's conscious, is able to hit the silent alarm and then passes out. So Robin hears this notification going on, and he's like, I'm very close. I can be there in half a minute. So he gets up there. By the way, everyone else is wearing nostril plugs, so they are not, smelling the gas to get put to sleep. Robin shows up, and he says, You're like a broken record, Two-Face, always repeating the same MO. I pulled the plug on your binary gas, and I'm going to pull the plug on you. So the bad guys start to attack Robin. He tries to fight back. He's actually holding his ground pretty good. And Two-Face says, this is stupid of me. He says, my idle boast only enraged him, and now he's decimating my troops. Still, they're holding out, however temporary, giving me a chance to get away. And I should mention in the panel before that, Two-Face made a mention of Batman, so Robin knows that he has him. The police have shown up. They got Two-Face's men. Robin wants to question them. Two-Face has gotten away, and he's headed back to the hideout. He gets there with Margot. But Batman is using these makeshift tools that he has and trying to create the illusion of steam. So Two-Face is like, it's a new day. It's time to see if Batman lives or dies on this day. He flips the coin. It's the scarred side. It's time for Batman to die. So Batman is really getting this steam built up in this holding cell that he's in. That's reminded me a lot of like a shower. And he's got his back to Two-Face, and Two-Face says, hey, I'm going to shoot you now. I want to see your face when you die. No. And Batman has created so much steam, kind of as a little bit of makeshift hiding, which is all he can do. And then through the steam, when Batman comes through, scroll down just a little bit more. There he is. Oh, half Batman, half Two-Face. And Two-Face freaks out. It's me. Gotta get him out. I gotta get him out of there. I gotta get him out. So he goes to release him. The door opens. Batman walks out, punches Two-Face. Robin has finally arrived, and there comes Batman walking out, half as Two-Face. And he is freaked out. But it's all good, because it was an improvised makeup job. A plastic tray melted onto shape by steam. And he used it to attack Two-Face where he's the most vulnerable, his sense of identity. So Two-Face is caught, and Bruce Wayne heads back to the tower with Alfred and with Dick Grayson. And then one of the very cool, interesting parts that I thought here, he's talking about how glad he is to be back. But he says, while I was Harvey Dent's prisoner, I had time to think about something that's been bothering me. Living here in Gotham City, Bruce Wayne is too accessible. It interferes with me being Batman, which is why I've decided it's time to return to Wayne Manor. So that's a pretty cool story. Hey, Bobby's here. And now Bobby is really steamed. Tony, we can do your story next.
Sure. Yeah, no problem.
Alan, tell us about this All Star Squadron story that you picked out.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And hello to Olivia as well. Hi, Olivia. Thanks for stopping in.
What's that? Favorite episode. All right. So All Star Squadron number 36. Another comic book childhood. Not this guy. This is a newer copy I got of like $1 bin or something. The one I have somewhere around here is really beat up. Number 36. who wouldn't love to see Captain Marvel, the big red cheese, knocking the living garbage cans out of Superman? I know, I loved it. And it's got all my favorites. It's, you got Golden Age, Green Lantern, Hawkman, and it's a Rich Buckler cover who also did the detective or the last issue we did. Okay. But it's inked by Jerry Ordway, someone who I love. I love most of his art. But he had one, it's not a fault. I mean, is that everything he inked, he made it look like his own,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He was smothered a lot of art, even like George Perez and Crisis when he inked him. It was just like, oh yeah, look at this. But it made it better, I think. But this cover is so beautiful. Another cover lava. But also this issue, if I can get to it, it's just a childhood favorite of mine. And seeing the Trinity and the Golden Age, because they weren't always in every book. And then Hawkman, I've always liked Hawkman, Jay Garrick, and of course Alan Scott. And just seeing my favorite since I was a kid, Captain Marvel. He's probably my favorite superhero. Was Captain Marvel, Shazam, and just seeing him knock around Superman a bit. That's what I liked.
Cool. Well, take it away, Signature King.
Yeah. We start off with our heroes. They're in some kind of movie theater, I think. I'm not sure where they are, but they're watching some old timey, back in World War II. They used to do like these before it's exactly a newsreel. Hey, what's going on in the war in Europe and whatever. They see the Germans bombing London, and Captain Marvel actually helping the Nazis, which is really weird. Here he is taking out a lot of old British planes and helping out Nazis that get shut down, helping the Luftwaffe. But then this is going to be a little hard to see. Let me see if I can blow this up a little bit. So the English decide they're going to send up their own superhero, the Shining Knight, who's, if you're familiar with him, is allegedly a knight from King Arthur's court, and he's got his magical lance. So he goes toe to toe with evil Shazam and it actually hurts him. So that's one clue. But I mean, it's not enough. Shazam's still a formidable foe. And so they go in for round 2 and, the Shining Knight hits him with a sword. It doesn't really work. He gets punched off the horse. I forget the horse's name. But yeah, they sage him for falling. Now he's going to go recover. Wonder Woman says, hey, I know he's recovering. I know where he's at. He's fine. He's going to make it. Superman says, I can't watch. I got to go do something. He can't watch it anymore. So they actually have a meeting with the president at this time. So that's exactly where they're going to go. They're going to the president. And I thought this is pretty funny. Plastic Man was there, and he was disguised as a Coke machine, which I thought was kind of funny in 2 ways. I didn't think they could use that kind of. They couldn't use the word Coke because it references a specific brand.
Yeah.
I didn't think they did that, but maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, yep, they're going to the FBI. They're going to the president, and they're going to tell him exactly how they're going to beat this guy. But along their way, they go to a newsstand and they see a Captain Marvel comic book. Which is kind of fourth wall breaking. I don't know, fifth wall. Who knows how many walls are breaking? But Captain Marvel, the super Nazi, and Superman's like, listen, tell the president. My apologies, but I'm gonna go stop him right now. So he's off to go meet the super Nazi. And Wonder Woman's like, listen, we can't just let Superman go by himself. Everybody get in my invisible jet. And that's exactly what they do. All pile in the invisible jet. They leave Plastic Man hanging on the outside for some reason. I don't know. So they're off. Meanwhile, we cut to the Reichstag, the German Parliament building, and we have our angrier than usual Adolf Hitler I don't know why he's slightly more angry. Like, he won the battle, but somehow he's has problems. But anyway, here he's now they can beat the British, and here comes the super Nazi. And I never read this issue before, but seeing Shazam give a salute to Adolf Hitler was really weird to see.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if people flipped out when Captain America became with Hydra. Just imagine this,
Yeah, right. Standing with Adolf Hitler, giving a full salute, with several swastikas in the background. But he says, "Yeah, we can take this out, no problem. Do you understand? Yes, my Führer. We're gonna do this. Excellent. Let's go." And the Hitler's giving this Hitler speech, getting everybody all fired up, and then he's like, one of his constituents is like, "Hey, what do we do with this American boy? What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do with this kid?" So anyway, our heroes are in the White House talking to the president, and they said, "Hey, listen, Superman has been he's off to fight the super Nazi right now. We don't know what's going to happen. But we're going to go there right now. President gives the okay, like it matters." But anyway, we get to London, and Superman's taking out some German planes, and he went off to see the Shining Knight to thank him for his attempt to take on Captain Marvel. So here we go. Here's Captain Marvel coming in hot. We get our big Superman Shazam fight. We get a holy moly by Shazam after getting absolutely hit in the dome, which was pretty funny. And this should be a clue here. I have not read this next issue, so I have absolutely no idea what's happening. I did notice a few inconsistencies, and I'll point them out here. I don't know if we're trying to be misled. The first one was the Shining Knight not really having having a major effect on Shazam with his magic lance. That's red flag number one. Red flag number two is we saw Billy Batson. So we don't know what's happening. And the next one that we're going to see is during this Shazam Superman fight. Keep in mind that Superman has a weakness to certain types of magic. And we know from past experiences, one of those types of magics is the power of Shazam. And it does not look like that Superman is having a hard time with magic. And Superman actually accuses him of being an imposter. Because he gets, normally Billy Batson, when he's Shazam, he can punch Superman into the stratosphere to low orbit. But here he is taking on full-blown punches. He's still getting knocked around a bit, but it's not really having a big effect on him. In fact, it's the opposite. Is Shazam is having a hard time with Superman, which who knows what's happening. But anyway, our heroes are seeing this battle from the ground, and they're trying to help Superman as he gets knocked around. But yeah, here we are in this panel right here. Shazam is having a hard time corralling Superman. Green Lantern jumps in, but this imposter Shazam is much stronger than he is. Although I gotta say, for someone who has the weakness to the color yellow, maybe fighting Shazam isn't a good idea. There's yellow all over the guy. But there's one thing right here that Green Lantern kind of says that gives me thoughts to somewhere else. He says, "I couldn't really do any damage, though. I could tell through my ring. He's every bit as magic based as it is, but maybe it's a different type of magic." Superman right here. Bobby brought up Superman's vulnerable to magic.
So this Green Lantern's weakness, I don't think is yellow though. It's wood.
It's wood.
Is it wood? Okay.
Yeah.
Wood.
I know. I couldn't remember if it was him or the other. Anyway. Yeah.
Oh no.
So Shazam's trying to get away. Green Lantern and Hawkman are giving him chase. But Batman is like, yo, listen,
Yo.
Hawkman, you got to stop Green Lantern. Don't do it. Don't chase him. It's a trap. And they finally, the heroes get round up again. And then we see some people coming out of the rubble, and it's Freddie Freeman and Mary Batson. And they have the power of Shazam, so they turn into their respective heroes. Lightning over Berlin is the next issue. So here we are. That's another clue that I have, that we saw Billy Batson tied up. Here's Freddie and Mary. So who's actually Shazam? Who knows?
I don't remember.
I didn't read the next issue. I will when we're done. Just because
I think what it is that they use the Spirit of Destiny, and that's why he stopped Superman from going too far, because he had the Spirit of Destiny, which would take over. It usually takes over the superheroes when they get into there. And so I think what happened is they used the Spirit of Destiny to split Billy from Captain Marvel, and they controlled controlled Captain Marvel with the Spirit of Destiny. So I think that's actually Captain Marvel, but Billy's separate from it.
Could be.
If I remember that.
Yeah. Oh, Cliff is here. Hey, Cliff, how are you doing? That's the 4th comic he owned as a kid. Wow. Yeah, Alan's been picking out his favorites tonight. And so, Alan, tell us about the book that you're going to review tonight, The Brave and the Bold.
Well, the book I'm going to read tonight, The Brave and the Bold, starring Batman and Hawkman, with the villain, the Fadeaway Man.
Fadeaway Man.
The ringing brothers and Barnum and Bailey. If you get it, you understand what I'm saying, right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So check it out, right? So beautiful cover. It's so bright. Well, this one's purple on here, but here it's like pink. I love it. I love all the colors. I just like Brave and the Bold. Recently, I've been, just like trying to buy as many as I can of Brave and the Bold. And then also DC Comics Presents, which I only need 18 of them to finish off my collection.
Really? That's
so
cool.
It's nice. I'll have to. One of these days, if I ever do my show, Cover Lovers, definitely doing Brave and the Bold, definitely doing DC Comics Presents.
Nice.
Okay. Yes, Batman is. Oh no, we got Wonder Woman in here. They said all man issue. Yeah, it's all man. Oh yeah, Hawkman and Batman and Fadeaway Man. There's too much man in this. I don't even know.
Take it away, Mr. Man.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. All right. So it starts off. It's at the Gotham waterfront where these two goons are playing pool, because that's where I go to. It's the old Gotham waterfront to play some pool, and they're talking about how it's so seedy down there. No one's gonna go down there and mess with them, And so he's telling his buddy, he's like, hey, I got this chump comes to me and he says, you keep your fingers out of this or lose them, And then he's like, all of a sudden you see, of course, the famous Shadow over there. He's messing this guy's shot up, He's like trying to sink the 9. Here comes Batman. He just starts beating up this guy. Obviously, this guy's name is Pinky. The guy that's wearing pink. His name Pinky. Get out of here. Anyways. He's like, I don't have to play at all, Batman. I'm getting out of here, like he said. So anyway, he runs out of the Jim Aparo. I love Jim Aparo. He runs out of there, and all of a sudden he starts hearing this flapping of wings, and he's like, what is that, Batman's cave? What's going on? And it's like, no, it's not Batman. It's Hawkman. But this guy, Pinky, he thinks it's Horus, the god Horus. So he's like confused. He's like, oh, I don't know if it's mind control or not. So anyways, he thinks he's the Egyptian god, and like, okay, so Hawkman, this is one time to shine. He didn't, after Batman's there, what's he gonna do? He just jacks this dude up, and he's like, hey, the sarcophagus that came in, because Hawkman, for those that don't know, is Carter Hall, who is like a museum guy that messes with old Egyptian artifacts. It's like, it arrived yesterday. The crate that had contained the sarcophagus was empty. Magical disappearances are a little bit out of your league, huh, Pinky? But you've been fencing stolen art objects for years. Tell us what you know about it. And of course, you know, he's going to spill the beans. So he's like, look, in action, I went looking for a piece of the action. Got this message from some muscle. Said the whole deal was already set up. Set up by whom? He was like, I don't know, honest, Batman. But it sounds like a big operation. They're selling more than just the coffin. I figure they are everyone from heavy-duty mobsters like Frank Shelley to semi-legit guys like Royce Atherton. All right, I'm skipping. I got. All right, so then Mr. Hall. And this is one thing you're gonna know if you're following along. Bruce Wayne looks too much like Carter Hall, so it's like you're like, wait a minute, which one is this?
True.
Okay. So Carter Hall, he goes to Royce Atherton, who's like the head of you know, the museum, you know, and he's like, hey, what's going on? You know, thank you again for seeing me on such short notice, Mr. Atherton. No trouble at all. It gives me a chance to take time out of business and indulge my passion for art. You say your museum is in Midway City. Do they use Midway City anymore?
Yeah.
They still do that? Okay.
Yeah. Midway City was in the first Suicide Squad movie. That was where it took place.
Oh, no Hawkman. Okay.
No,
You're here to see and purchase the silver chalice of St. Justine. I'm afraid a sale is out of the question, though perhaps we could arrange to exhibit it on loan. So he's going in there on the front. He's trying to be like, I'm going to act like I'm going to buy this, but I'm actually sniffing out what's going on in this. So he's like, all right, well, you know, if you know, you find out anything, let me know. You know, they're trying to buy this, see if he knows anything about this sarcophagus. And he just keeps seeing different stuff that has disappeared. He's like, but hey, I heard this this knife you got here, that was disappeared from a private collection of Baron Taganazi. Yeah, read that. Some years ago. I didn't know it had been recovered and resold. Obviously, I'm not as well informed as I thought. And he's like, the Atherton's like, oh, but I don't know what you're talking, you know. And he's like, yeah, and he's choking. I can tell. He's like, Atherton doesn't know a thing about Carter Hall's reputation, and he's wondering if I'm planning to call the police as soon as I leave. I'm glad he told us because I wouldn't have known. I was like, okay, if I can persuade to keep my suspicions quiet with the offer of a piece of the pie. He's like, my dear Mr. Hall, a man in your position is no doubt aware of the skyrocketing cost of acquisitions today. I'm prepared to offer you an opportunity to attend the auction. Okay, so this gets Carter Hall a front row seat in this auction, the seedy auction that's going on that Pinky told him about. All right. So he's like, all right, cool. I think I'll bring a friend. And so in the Batcave, meanwhile, in the Batcave, no, this is later, not meanwhile, because meanwhile is going on at the same time. So he hooks up with Batman. It's like, I'm glad I contacted you, Batman, because I can't do anything by myself. And of course, so he said, when my museum was notified that the sarcophagus had disappeared, this investigation has put us on the trail of some missing items that vanished months ago. So the sarcophagus isn't the only thing coming up missing. They're like, hey, there's a lot of other Egyptian stuff missing. So, okay, so Batman, of course, he's taken over. You know, he's Batman. He's like, he's Big Bat. So he's like, all right, so some that haven't vanished yet, we might not be needing the auction invitation after all. And of course, Hawkman's like, what? He's like, because one of the items on the list, the Gotham Eagle, is still right here as it always been. At the top of the Gotham Eagle building, headquarters of one of the city's leading newspapers. This is cool. You're like, also world building here. He's like, I didn't know anything about this. They probably never use this stuff again. All right. Oh, yeah, I forgot Hawkman tweets or winks. He like the
tweet.
Yeah, he tweets the birds. He's like, "Wheat, yes, little brother, wheat." I'm like, I don't know how to do those. A caped man has come, Hawkman, to take the gleaming bird. Oh, there's a bird. There's a guy, a caped man. It must be the Fadeaway Man. He's coming. It's like a caped man. This is beginning to sound the work of Anton Lamont. Dun dun dun. Anton Lamont, the Fadeaway Man. Hawkman, we meet again. And this time I'll catch you before you can try any funny business with your conjure cloak. Oh, that's him. That's Hawkman saying that. I was reading it like Fadeaway.
Oops.
Well, maybe he just decided to make fun of his voice. That's what.
Maybe he's a mockingbird. I don't know.
Oh,
Get it? Get it?
everyone's a Maserati. Anyways, too late, Hawkman. It was like, to catch me, you must first know where I am, and that's harder to do. Ha ha ha. And then with that, he uses, I guess his Fadeaway Man helps him teleport, and then he can teleport other things at you or out of the cape. So he teleports a plume of volcanic ash. Like Hawkman's, of course, choking on it, as one does with volcanic ash. Says, trying to beat this gunk away with my wings, but they're coated too. And he's like, ha, I take my leave of you then, feathered fool. And then, of course, that's when Batman shows up and is like, I knew Hawkman wasn't going to do this, right? Like, Hawkman's flying ability made him the likely choice to go up against the foe at these heights. But it looks like my backup assistant is needed. Assistance. I'd better leave the Batcopter on auto hover. Boom, look at this. Okay, so, and then see what I can do to bring, well, come on. What I can do the art thief down. Yeah, I'm telling you, Batman was waiting for Hawkman to mess up because he's like, come on. You don't want to, look at this dude. He's got big, goofy wings. He's talking to birds. I love Hawkman, but come on. Anyway, Batman, be careful. The Fadeaway Man is a cape is chock full of dirty tricks. That dirty tricks. That's correct, Batman. And I'm the name of the next trick. And the name of this next trick is the Bat on the Flying Trapeze. What does he mean? Batman says. He teleported. He teleported onto the Batcopter. And he flew the Batcopter away. Good thing that Batman left it hovering there. Because if he didn't, this wouldn't happen. He's the Dark Knight detective, right? He knows he's smarter than these villains. Not Fadeaway Man. Anyways. The sudden jerk nearly tore my shoulder apart. Okay. Hang on, old friend. Just another few moments. It's like, good thing Hawkman's there. Anyways. And then Batman's like, I may not have a few moments. This Fadeaway Man wants to make me do the big fade and one dead Batman. Sorry, I'm behind. Oh, there it is. The only question now is to whether he'll try to shake me loose or simply smash me against the wall. Of course, he does that beautiful. You look at this page, if you can go back one, look at that dynamicness of Jim Aparo, Batman, as he swings. Oh, and he gets back up, and he comes up the other side, and he does a double Lindy, a triple Lindy, like Rodney Dangerfield from Back to School. And he does a super bat kick to the Fadeaway Man. Gets him out of there. He's like, give me back my copter, man. Get out of here, fool. He's like, Hawkman's okay now. He should be able to capture the Fadeaway Man with no problem. As Hawkman comes to capture his prize, his villain, poop, pop. The Fadeaway Man has disappeared, of course. Oh, let me get back to my page. They're sticking together. All right, wait a minute. He disappears, and now we're back to the Batcave. Shortly. He's like, after my first encounter with the Fadeaway Man, I think as a Detective Comics, what? You guys know what Fadeaway Man's first appearance was?
I don't know.
Yeah, no one cares. But
It just kind of faded from my memory.
yeah, I love the suit. I want to wear this suit. I would buy this figure. Anyway, after my first encounter with the Fadeaway Man, I put all the data I gathered on him in the Justice League files. They're looking at the Justice League files right now. He says, I'll enter the access code for the League's satellite computer. Quite a distinguished career so far. Really? The Fadeaway Man? The career is so... Okay.
So distinguished, no one's ever heard of him.
Yeah. Okay, so the dude, he was a collection of Egyptian century, 18th century magician Cagliostro. I don't know, some made-up name. Lamont came across the conjure cloak. I think that's a pretty good, interesting villain that could be a magician, like an evil magician, but he just uses, you know. I like that. Sorry. Don't judge me. Anyways, it's unclear whether the discovery was by chance or according to Lamont's deliberate design. In either case, he deduced that the cloak's operation and embarked upon a new career of crime. What about the cloak's operation? Do you know how it works? Oh, this is the exposition on how it works. It's like, it's difficult to say. Since I've never had an opportunity to examine it, but everything it does fits under the general heading of teleportation. And as he's never produced any mystical forces from it, I bet it's it's technological rather than magical artifact. Of course, in practical terms, magic and highly advanced science are sometimes indistinguishable. Bum, 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 bum. It's like, and his MO is pressure. This is good. They're like just chatting around. They're like, yeah, let's kill some time here, folks. No, his precious attempt to replace me as the curator of Midway City Museum fits a pattern. He goes to work for a museum to cover his true intent and to bring him closer to the objects he covets. It's like, yeah, okay. So what happens is that Batman goes, yeah, you're invited as Carter Hall to this party, this auction. So I think I'm going to go in your place. But I don't think I don't think it really. I didn't know when I was a kid until a couple days ago when I was rereading this. It's like, oh, that's supposed to be Carter Hall that appears. And I'm like, wait, I thought that was Bruce Wayne. But then, all right, so the party gets started. Carter Hall's at this auction. And, he's looking around and he's like, oh, these are all dirty guys. They're all dirty bums, no ne'er-do-wells. Then he sees the Penguin. Obviously, he's a chump, So Fadeaway Man pops out and goes, I'm here. It kind of reminds me of that episode where Hugo Strange was trying to sell the highest bidder, like Batman Secret Identity or something, the animated series. So Fadeaway Man's like trying to sell this sarcophagus. Who had it? Who had that sign first? Look, we bet like which one would fall first. It was the Star Wars. All right, good job. Anyways,
wasn't me. All right.
What'd you say it was gonna be?
I didn't have the Star Wars. I think it was I said Hulk.
Oh, I think Hulk's up there. It's the lightest one I got up there. So Star Wars poster. All right. Okay, so anyways, this dude's trying to sell his goods, his ill-gotten gains, and then he notices Carter Hall's here. Who let this dude in? This dude, I hate this guy. And then it's not Carter Hall at all. It's Batman wearing a Carter Hall mask. He rips it off. I want to know where the horns went this whole time. Like, hey, night your hair, you got these horns. Like, are you feeling okay? I don't know. Anyway, so they're like, oh, no, it's Batman. So he starts, beating all the chumps up in there. And then he's like, I'm after you, Fadeaway Man. And then, of course, when he gets to Fadeaway Man, pop, he disappears again. And then, like, Commissioner Gordon's like, well, at least we got sarcophagus back. And he's like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. And he just smashed it. It could have been the real one. But he pushes it, smashes it. And then, of course, in a different area, another part, probably with the pool hall, he goes over there and he's like, aha, I got the original sarcophagus. Those guys suck. So I'm going to get this bag of money. I think he was ripping people off at the same time that they were at that party. He was probably ripping them off. All of a sudden the sarcophagus opens and lo and behold, here comes if you look at the sarcophagus itself, and the Hawkman popping up, very Joe Kubert, esque, and I love it. Okay, so like Fadeaway Man just like, oh no, it's you Hawkman, like you should have expected that. Then of course Batman comes in, Hawkman punches the Fadeaway Man so hard his cape comes off. Has that ever happened to you guys? He just like get
twice a week. Yeah.
My cape. Oh no, my cape just came off. He's like, I'm not beaten yet. It's like, I got Caligristo's magic satchel. I can plumb its depths for just the weapon I need. he pulls out an egg. What the heck? No. The Mayan sunstone possess of enough stored solar energy to melt you both where you stand. But before the power of the Fadeaway Man's weapon can be unleashed, he gets smacked. No, Hawkman throws like a tomahawk at him and then knocks it out of his hand. And then, of course, Hawkman goes for the cloak. What happens to the cloak? Can you guess? It disappears.
Mm-hmm.
It disappears.
Fades away.
And then, of course, they take the Fadeaway Man, who's not fading away, and puts him in jail. And then they're like, ha, ha, ha. But they probably made some stupid joke there. But I think what's weird, if you can zoom in on the last panel, it's weird because I don't know if you can see this, the cop car is taking off and it looks like it's coming out of Batman's midsection.
It does.
It's just funny looking. It's great, but that's it. That's the end of that. They beat the Fadeaway. If you didn't expect the Fadeaway Man to get beat, I'm sorry to spoil it for you. He did it. And I got a confession to make. The reason why I picked this one, because it was the least one, the least amount of words, and it had the least amount of pages.
So for those that don't know, we let our guests pick which one they're going to do their solo review on, and they pick before we pick. We pick from what's left over. And I thought, Alan, I honestly thought when you picked that one, I thought, that's not the one I expected him to pick. So,
what'd you expect me to pick?
I don't know. I actually thought that you would do the All Star Squadron.
Well, I was going to, but then I started pre-reading it, and I was like, man, I feel sorry for the person that has to do this one, reviews this one. And I did that. I did that to Detective Comics too, or the Batman one. And I was just like, that's a lot of explaining to. I'd be like Ricky Ricardo, like, oh, you got a lot of explaining to do, Lucy. So I was like, hey, look. So when I read The Brave and the Bold again, I was like, yeah, this is perfect. I love these guys, but I'm going to take an easy layover.
Tony, you were happy that you got the All Star Squadron, though, right?
Yeah.
It's
always good to read Shazam,
Because I told you, didn't I tell you? I said, I'm going to give you a book that I would have had for myself because I would have picked it because Wonder Woman was in it. But I gave that one to you. Wasn't that nice of me?
You're so kind.
I am so kind. So what did you guys think about these 3 stories that we talked about tonight? I'll tell you that I own 2 of the 3 stories, and the one I don't own, I wouldn't mind getting.
Which one is it?
I don't own the detective story, the one that I reviewed. I don't own that, but that's an amazing cover and a good story. But I do own the other 2, so childhood memories there as well.
Yeah, no, I got a question. I was thinking, when you were a kid, both of you, when you were a kid and you started buying comic books, what were you after then, as opposed to like now, which you're like, because I found that I appreciate different stuff. It's like I used to hate mustard. Now I love mustard. Mm-hmm. Back then I would have been after X-Men and stuff. And now I'm kind of like me.
I was after Wonder Woman then. And after Wonder Woman now, it's just a matter of the eras have changed a little bit.
Yeah.
But to really get into your topic of what you said, I'll tell you a character that maybe not so much back then, but definitely now, Black Lightning.
Yeah?
Yeah, not so much back then. But now, I'm working on volume 1, which isn't a long volume at all, but I like Black Lightning. I think that's a cool character.
That's a book that, what?
I got a Black Lightning right here.
There you go.
Power Company. How old's that?
Yeah.
All in. They brought the Power Company back?
Yeah.
I had a couple of those that was done by, I don't know who the writer was, but it was like Tom Grummett was doing that. He's another artist that I think I liked. Mm-hmm. I mean, he was definitely on Superboy, Superman, and all that stuff. He was, But when it comes to a character, I mean, I used to love Batman. Batman was the dude that I would buy all the time. But as time went on, I became more, I think, New Gods, definitely buying all that stuff. But I don't know, Wonder Woman's definitely, with Absolute Wonder Woman. And there was also a book, Wonder Woman, it was, I think, Dead Earth.
Yeah, Dead Earth by Daniel.
I remember Dead
Johnson.
Earth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, that popped me. I was just like, this is awesome. Like when, spoiler alert, when she ripped out
His spine.
Superman's spine and used his skull as
Yeah.
a mace. And then she went up, she was in the Batcave and she like comes up and sees dead Batman laying just sacked out on the couch. I was just like, this, I love this. I love that artist. I followed him everywhere he goes.
Yeah, that's cool. Good point, Olivia.
So like Wonder Woman to me like has always been like the Trinity member that doesn't have like a like, oh, this is their villain besides like Cheetah,
and then they tried to kind of make Ares her next, I'd say.
dude. I love George Perez's Ares. I loved his that was a figure I wanted. I never picked up. I mean, any statue of that. That's why when the movie made him like the way he was, I was like, "What did you when you failed? You bombed it," you know.
So Tony, what about you? What was something that you used to collect that's a little different now?
I don't know, because I grew up in a weird part of the country that I could only get comic books at one grocery store. We didn't have shops anywhere. I think your nearest shop was around 4 hours away, so it was really random to get there. But I mean, the only issues that were available were completely random. They were never in order. You could have a couple Superman one day, Flash the next. Like this, I didn't really chase a specific run or a character. It was just whatever they had. So,
what year? Well, how old were you when you realized there was comic book shops just dedicated to you could get?
When I learned that there were comic book shops just dedicated to comics, gosh, I had to have been like in 6th grade.
Yeah,
There's one opened a little closer. They were only 1 hour away.
Oof, man.
But still pretty far, you know, for being in 6th grade. And that's a direction that we would never travel as a family.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I had a better chance of going to the moon. But
yeah.
That's what blew my mind. Comic shops, like, what are you serious? I can just go in there and just buy whatever. Honestly, though, thank God I didn't have access to a shop because I was poor enough mowing people's yards and scooping snow.
Yeah,
you threw in a comic book shop. Oh, game over. And they would have bought a car.
For me, like I think it was maybe in middle school when I found out, I was like, oh, there's a shop I could go to around here. And then there was another one that opened up. And it was closer to me. I'd go down there, but I always liked the farther away one because he would have like the complete runs of stuff. Like that's where my brother bought Crisis on Infinite Earths 1 through 12 for like $17.
Nice.
And it was just beautiful. I wish, oh my goodness. Alan, if you like past Al, I wish you would have bought all the Captain Americas because right now I'm doing, you know, I'm trying to finish off the Cap run. And I only need like 16 of those. And I remember the books that I'm looking for being like real cheap in this old comic book shop. And I'm like, man, come on, man. Where was your head? I was buying, you know, Batman and, you know, what was at the time? It was probably it wasn't Death of Superman yet. That was later
that was
on.
a little later. So,
but gee whiz. Anyways.
Yeah. Nice.
No. Anyways. Sorry.
Anyway, I thought you had some good stories tonight. So good job sharing your memories with us and your picks.
Yeah. Sorry if I mumbled through half the comic book.
No.
No, I really enjoyed Fadeaway Man's voice.
I loved it when Hawkman was using it. And he was mocking him.
That's another superpower of his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Originally, before I was like knew what I was gonna do, I was just like, I'm just gonna do like a complete read with different voices, and I was trying. What would Hawkman's voice be compared to Batman's voice?
Do you remember the Legends of the Superheroes 2 episodes that aired? The real actors playing.
The roast,
and then the Hawkman comes out and he goes.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. They've always made Hawkman such a chump. on like live act. There was a commercial for like, I don't know, a Snickers bar or something. He's like, oh, Hawkman, it'll go to, they've always made him a chump. I always, even his cartoon, he was a chump, but
Still cooler than Aquaman.
Yeah.
I can say that because John's doing his D&D right now. He's an Aquaman. He's a newer Aquaman fan, so yeah. But anyway, Alan, good picks. So we'll move on now to our book show segment. And Alan, do you have any appearances or any other YouTube or anything to plug before you start showing your book show?
I mean, if I want to do my YouTube show, definitely, and I hope I'll invite both of you guys to be a guest on there. If I can get it, so whatever you guys, just it's the top. What I want to do is, so it'd be me and whoever, and then we'll do each top 10, our top 10 covers from the series.
Yeah, I like that.
And then at the end, we'll try to. I've seen someone else do this. Used to be like a show I'd watch that would kind of do that, but it would be like movies.
Mm-hmm.
So then at the end, I'd like to condense our top 10, both of our top 10s into the perfect 10, baby. You know what I'm saying? We got that perfect 10. Okay. And then that would be the show, I think. If I can get the mojo to do it.
Okay. You get the ambition and I'll come on.
So look out for that. I'll let you know so then you can tell the masses.
Yeah.
Then I got off my ass to do it. So
we'll tell the masses that he's got off his asses.
Yeah.
So
both of them.
Okay, cool. What did you bring to share with us for the book show portion?
All right, you like bangers, right? I got to do DC bangers.
Anything you want.
Okay, so first off, like I've been telling you, I've been doing the DC Comics Presents. So I don't know, it's no big deal, but
that's a cool one.
Yeah, I don't know why this was like hard to find, but see, I like to go into dollar bins, and when I can't do that, I actually pay money for them. But for a banger, this is impressive. I recently picked this up, Mr. Miracle #4, first appearance of Big Barda.
Oh, nice! That's a great book.
Thank you, Big Barda, sexy Big Barda. All right, then. You want to talk about big bangers? I'm going. This is a Kirby banger show, right? Okay. Look at this. Look at this bad boy.
Oh, look at that.
Mm-hmm. You know who pops up in this? Is little.
I do know who. I do.
Yeah, just in the
Tony,
back.
Do you know?
Say that one more time.
Tony, do you know whose first appearance is in this book?
Yes.
Okay.
The big man himself. The head of the New Gods.
New
Gods.
No.
Yeah.
Ambush Bug.
Ambush Bug.
I'm just kidding. It's Dark Side.
Okay. Yes. Okay, here you go. Then I'm just showing it because I love it.
Oh, there's that kid that don't have underwear.
Yeah, it's Commando #1. Starring Arnold Schwarzenegger as a kid.
Yeah.
No, I got this. I actually got 2 of these. One that I paid a lot of money for, like $40. Mm-hmm. And then one when I was Ohio, they do this crazy like outdoor show where if you can fill a grocery bag of a comics and anything you can fit in there and you get $40.
I love that.
It's nuts. And it drained the life out of me.
Nice.
All right, so next we got OMAC. #1.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is all cover. Oh, sorry. I'm like the name dropping now. I got my new guy's #1. That's not important. Where's the other one? Anyways, I also got Forever People. The only ones I really need, I need Mr. Miracle #1, and I need Demon #1, which isn't, that's not going to be a. But since I'm all done with New Gods.
Okay.
So I had to pop this. I had to get this bad boy.
Oh, the Hunger Dogs.
Yeah, the Hunger Dogs. This was the end of Jack Kirby's. This is where it goes, fellas. Yeah. John Byrne, Walter Simonson, Jim Starlin, all you guys, this is it. Because every New Guys now is just like, no. Yeah. It's like trying to write new verses to the Bible or something. It's not coming from the right place. Kirby, he's gone. You can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
And there's one other thing I wanted to show.
Sure.
Not the hog. But this is weird. I was moving stuff, and I found this. An advanced.
Oh wow.
Oh
An
wow.
old. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Magic Lazo's favorite comic book.
I have not thought about those in such a long time, but I do remember those.
Like I don't know. Is this before previews?
Yeah, yeah.
This was 1994, June 1994.
Wow.
And I look in here, and it's basically all black and white.
Yep.
You know what Diamond became? Well, I guess that's color. I lied. I'm a liar. But yeah, there's some, and it's cool. I mean, I'm starting to think these are going to be worth something.
Okay.
Like we're going to be, oh, look at this. I could have bought this. It's a catalog. And some pinup books. I mean, I
hadn't thought about that in a long time, but seeing that does bring back memories.
Like, it's in good condition. I'm shocked because I hopefully previews and stuff like that, because, they went out of business or whatever, doesn't become worth money, because I had so many, I threw them out. I recycled them. A lot of those I just had, because I would get them every month, and then I would stack them up and be like, I got to get rid of this.
Yeah.
But
good book show, Alan.
Oh,
yeah.
I want to talk about this.
Talk about it.
I want to talk about H.G. Peters.
Yes.
So, in the past, I've kind of been like, oh, that's cool, whatever. But for some reason recently, might be because of you, I don't know, I've been giving them a look, and I'm looking at it, it's like, this was in a time, I love this style. This is in a time when they were trying to give each character their own style, something they don't do anymore. Like if Jim Lee's going to draw it, they're all going to look like Jim Lee drew it. This is kind of reminding me like not Betty Boop, but like Popeye and Felix the Cat and stuff. When they each had their own, Mickey Mouse, all those guys had their own style. And then if you go back and you look at the Golden Age, Superman had his own style. Batman definitely had his own style. And Captain Marvel, for sure. If you look at old Captain Marvel with his squinty eyes and stuff, Captain America with Kirby and Simons, it just, I would like to see them kind of get the back, not like do like the new comic, but I think maybe remember when they did Wednesday comics?
Yes.
I think they should do a new version of that. I know they won't do it anyways, but make them comic strips, like stuff, and do them in these styles. So it's like the continue, like their version of the comic strip that would have appeared back in the day. I don't know.
Yeah, that's cool.
But as I was looking at this, who was it? Little Boy Blue? Yeah. He needed the money. But let's see, the Gray Ghost. There was a guy in here that maybe I was like, oh, look at the Wildcat.
Yeah, Wildcat.
He's so unique. I want to draw. I want to do a character. I want to draw this guy. Oh, come on, this paper is very dry. Yeah, look at that. Very Banana Man. I mean, I can't say it too well, but he just looked like the Tick.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
And the style, it's like, man, I've never really looked, because I've always been, Silver Age up. So I think, even Jay Garrick had his own style, and I just think, that's it. I just think I'd like to see, I might do that just to have fun and try to draw that character in that style. So, and do a print or something, I love that stuff. That's thank you for turning me on to H.G. Peter. What's the H stand for,
Yes, it's Harry.
Harry?
Harry
Is this a real name?
Harry Peter is his name.
Is this a real name? What's the G stand for?
I don't know what the G stands for, but Harry is his real name.
It's not Gorilla, is it?
I don't know.
I think this is a fake name. What else is he drawing?
Tony, how do you feel about a Harry Peter?
I mean, it's funny, but we need to know what the G stands for.
Yeah, what does the G stand for? I would go with HG.
Probably the G too. Spot.
Oh,
Good. His middle name is Good. Harry Good Peters.
I All right.
Well, on that note,
What do you got?
I do want to. I said this before. I will remind you again. Links to Al's Pop Shop. You can get some great merchandise too. There's a link for that in the description to this video. So make sure to follow him. We'll put in his YouTube channel once this video wraps up too. But Mr. 9000, what do you have for us? Are we going to get some new content now, or what's going on?
Well, I'm going to do the book show first because it's a really nice transition. So I covered the story where Superman and Shazam take each other on a big fight. So here we have this giant treasury.
Nice.
I love that.
Superman versus Shazam.
I love that.
Man.
And it's a great read. Next, I have that same comic book, but it's all nice and foily.
I love it.
Oh, so is that a facsimile? The other one, a facsimile too? Okay.
It's like
first
the
one's
only
original,
one,
right?
Yeah, first one's original. This is the facsimile.
Okay.
And it's the only facsimile I've ever bought.
Oh, okay. I'm crazy for that facsimile.
And I have one more copy, and this one is really weird. And it's the same copy, but it's in German.
Ooh. I love stuff like that.
So I'm not sure why, but they have taken out Mary Marvel.
Yeah, there's no Mary Marvel.
Yeah, there's no Mary Marvel. Not sure why.
It looks smaller too. So maybe they did it because of how it's small.
I don't know, but whatever. Still a cool story. But yes, this is a
like
segue to the what's on my channel currently. 2 days ago, I did a Shazam foreign video where I went through and I showed all my Shazam foreign copies, including the few that I just recently bought. I don't want to blow the surprise or the big cool reveal, but there's a couple copies of Shazam #1 I managed to get in 3 different languages.
Nice.
Wow,
so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I some of them I didn't know existed. 2 kind of appeared at the same time. Lasso helped me push me to the direction of the seller. We made a really very fair deal, in my opinion.
But you got a tariff on it.
I got a tariff on both of them.
Both of them.
Yeah. One from the EU, and the last one was from Lebanon, the country.
Wow.
Check them out. They're really cool. I've got some ones in Spanish we talk about later, but check it out. Well, it's the latest video on my channel. It's a lot of fun. That video came out 2 days ago, and it's pushing 4,000 views already.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sitting at 3,525. So
wow, that's amazing. No wonder you're the king.
Yeah, I don't know why, but it's weird because my video's got a lot of views, but my view time is like tanked.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. I'll take it what I can get.
All right, we got to start over, guys.
Yes, Jason
all right.
has
Hey, welcome
requested.
to the show, everybody.
All right, so I'll go first. All right, it's Brave and the Bold number.
Gosh.
I'll do the voices now.
Yeah, he did
So the
voices,
guy
Jason.
says to me, "Keep your fingers out, or you lose them." Can you believe that? No.
Oh, very cool.
What's your poll?
So for me, I'll talk about my channel. What's coming up on the channel, back issue of the week drops tomorrow, and it's Marvel based. Comic Book Editions drops on Tuesday afternoon. That's actually an all Marvel haul with it's a holiday haul and it's all Marvel. So been kind of recapping my Christmas 2025, so that's on the way. I had my 1,000 subscriber party on Friday, so thank you to everyone who made that a huge success, and congratulations to all our prize winners, but really everyone was a winner to me.
I was crazy. That was a great show.
Thank you. I had fun doing that.
Yeah,
I mean, I'd never done one before. I didn't know how, I didn't know how to do one of those. And an hour before the show, I was freaked out, but
Signature King's going to do one, but he'd have to do one every week because
exactly, pretty much, yeah.
I was going to do a 1K one, but went up to 1,500 views or 1,500 subs pretty quick.
Dropping the name.
Just
yeah.
So just said, we'll just wait.
I also was on the 1011 with Gerry B last Thursday. I did something non-comic book oriented. So if you want to check out another interest of mine that's not comic book related, but can tie into comic books, but this particular episode didn't. You can check that out as well. I have a collaborations playlist folder here on my channel where you can find that, where I appear on other folks' channels. So that's what's coming. That's what has been. Oh, I should say also my current comic book editions video is a Just a Little Podcast AOK unboxing and a holiday haul. And my back issue of the week was on Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton actually had a comic book about her, and Dolly turned 80 this past Monday. So I put Dolly in the spotlight because I will always love you. Yes, I.
You write that yourself?
I'm pretty good, aren't I?
Is that your song?
It is. I also wrote this other
I've
song.
never heard it before.
It's called Jolene, Jolene,
Jolene, Jolene.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that song.
My book show, I only have one thing for the book show, and SK, I picked this just for you for the book show.
Oh, geez. All right.
Since you did the All Star Squadron retro review tonight for issue 36, here is the cover for issue 37.
Yeah.
So that's what the next issue that continues that story, that's what the cover looks like.
Not as good as this one.
No, the 36 was better, but I didn't know if SK had seen this one before or not. So
I haven't. I don't recall seeing it anywhere.
you're gonna have to get those two into your collection.
I will. I definitely will.
They're not. Trust me, you can find these in some dollar bins. They're not bad at all.
All Star Squadron is an easy one to if you want to do the entire run. The only one you're going to be hit on is I think number 47, which had like Todd McFarlane's artwork on it. So that's the only one you'd have to pay a premium price on. Other than that, you could get all those books.
And I guess I should also say for a book show, I wasn't planning on this, but I mean I have something up on the wall now, and this is actually a fabric poster. So
you did talk about where you got that from. Remind me again.
I've had it for a long time.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So, we got the Trinity on the top, Green Lantern, Flash. When it was all folded up, all you could see was Flash's face. Aquaman, Martian, Manhunter, Hawkman, Green Arrow, Black Canary, Robin, and Supergirl. So, I do have to admit, when I walk into the room and I see that splash of color there, I like it.
Oh.
But if it falls off the wall like a Star Wars board game, I will say it's an act of God telling me not to have things on the wall.
If you had other art to put up there.
If
Like what I like to do, I was recently doing that. I got an Infinity Gauntlet like release poster that my friend gave to me a long time ago. Like that stuff. They don't care about it, right? They don't care about those posters. They get sent to like advertise, what happened to all those? I like to find those. Right? Yeah. People charge, like $5 for like a folded up thing for like, New 52. Not that I'm going to put that up because I hate New 52, but anyway, but you can get some more stuff.
Yeah. Well, I have stuff. I just have to get it up. So
yeah.
At home, you can share a cover with us, do your own book show at home. On Instagram, use the hashtag Fanboys Live and the Retro Review.
All right.
So that brings us to an end of a very fun Fanboys Live and the Retro Review. Alan, thank you so much for spending some of your time with us. I thought you did a great job tonight, and I thought you had good picks. You keep doing stuff like this, and we're going to have you back.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Like I said, I mumbled through it, but we got through it and it was fun. And don't forget, give me your stuff. I'll send you this.
Oh, when we get off the air, I'm doing it right then because it's Redwood. I'm so psyched.
Yeah.
So thanks, Alan. That's awesome.
Yeah. Hey, it's for thanking you for bringing me on and not embarrass me too bad.
Not too bad. So just a little bit, but not too bad. You've been watching the greatest DC comic show on YouTube, Fanboys Live and the Retro Review. Next week, Tony, is Shabab is back, silver hair, Bronze Age babe.
I remember her.
Yep, and she's going to be back. It's her pick, and she's doing the not nice girlfriends of Superman. So we'll be into February at that time, and time to think about love. And
Valentine's.
Yeah, Valentine's.
Yeah, season about loving someone right in the middle of flu season.
Yeah,
that's right.
Snotty like a garbage pail kid and just kissing. I'm like, it's great.
So make sure to join us for that. As I said, you've been watching the greatest DC Comics show on YouTube, Fanboys Live, and the Retro Review. Have a happy, healthy, and safe week. See you later. Bye.